breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Not a late break, Muddy Warriors not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that. Pegoniak and Charlie going at it. And Blue on. Front to the last corner, who's going to get the better traction, race to the better line. It's going to be a drag race to the finishing line. Good evening everyone and welcome back to 7th Gear Racing. It's the start of race week 12, which means we just have 4 races remaining in season 11. Last week, Benson took the victory and saw him take the lead in the championship and now has an 18-point gap at the top after Ogween's absence. We're here at Interlagos, Brazil for the start of round 12. Interlagos, a bit of a driver's favourite. It's got 15 corners overall, 2 DRS zones, and tonight, of course, is sprint race. So we get one shot quali, followed by the sprint race, and then the usual 50% race. Action zone, there you go, up into turn 1 through the Cineris is at the end of the first thing, and then, of course, the other action zone will be into turn 4. And so, after that, we shall join the racing action. As you can see, it's lovely and wet. And Benson, the championship leader, the new championship leader, I should say, after last week, is finding himself down in P13 in this one shot. Does that mean he's gone for a dry setup? Who shall know? Pro Sweden currently on pole. Just there we go. Untidy that so far from Benson, isn't it? There's the pressure getting to him. Well, right now it's Blonde in the lead. Fitzy has binned it. Both Alfa Romeo struggling. Look at that. You saw last week in Spa, Aurelian and Benson were right up there. Oh, well, Benson lucky not to invalidate. Elite Risk up there in P4. It looks like Blonde. Let's go out there. Vince. Oh, David. Vince is retired as well. And there you go then. Pole for Blonde. A 1:15.4. 7 tenths faster than Pro Swedler. That is rather ominous. With Benson very much off the pace. Here we go then, on your grid for the sprint qualifying will be as follows. Blonde will start on pole with Pro Swedler alongside him with Zach and Kegoniak on the second row. Elite Risk will start Fisk ahead of newcomer Ladamala in 6th with Punit and Aurelian on row 4. Benson, disappointed, will be starting 9th ahead of Jake. He joins him on row 5. And then the bottom 5 are McDermott, Medal, Icy, David Vince, and Fitz. Should be quite a quick turnaround. Good evening, Devour. Good to see you again. And while they're waiting for that, I will just put the standings on the thing. As you can see, Benster 48 point streak. That is amazing. So the guys are just sorting out their strategy for the sprint. It shouldn't take too long. And there's not really much to change, to be honest. Just waiting for the drivers to finalise. They should be readying up. Here we go then. We have 5 red lights. A bit of a long pause, and there we go. It's away we go. Looks like a good start from most drivers. A couple of drivers on the mediums. Here we go then. As we come for this. Oh, there's a collision there. Is that the Red Bull Kegorniak? It is. Kegorniak and I think was that Zach. Oh dear, not a good start for the sprint race for those guys, but it is Blonde up, keeping his lead. Elite Race has made 2, Lardamala up there as well. Punny hasn't moved, RSC hasn't moved, but a very good start from the top 2 here. See what these two can do. Roll their softs last. Interesting to see the strategy from Elite Risk, as they all filter in single file. And there we go. Kegorniak at the back. Has he got damage? I think he may have. Looks like he might have. Yep, he's got end plate damage. And Zach's car looks okay, to be honest. So he might not have to pit, but Kegorniak definitely will, because that will be a major pain in the backside for him. Which both on soft tyres as well, so that will ruin a set of tyres for the actual feature race. And there we go, Kegorniak in the pits as we start lap 2. Blonde finds himself still in the lead, 6/10 ahead on Pro Speedler, who's had a bit of good form recently, actually, doing very well. And look at that Elite Risk hanging on there of the mediums. He is just about hanging on to that DRS straight, isn't he? Brazil, a very fast track, so I expect these 12 laps to be over in next to no time. Ardemana having a good debut up there in P4 as well. But he looks like Elite Risk is possibly going to get swamped here. He may come back towards the end of the sprint race, but right for now, he is... he's just a fresh Peter meat. But Elite Risk, he's got himself back onto the second, actually. So, obviously, there's no DRS here. But as we go through the CNRSs for the 3rd time, that's when a DRS will be enabled for the first time. Everyone's still in that second, apart from IC at the back. Blonde, despite setting fastest laps, hasn't been able to pull out over a second on Pro Speedler, which is very encouraging. Benson finds himself up into P5 after a very good start. As Aurelian is joining him, his teammate. David Vince with a track extension penalty already. That doesn't bode well. I think you get less warnings in the sprint because it's only a 12-lap race. But oh no, Aurelian's left the session. His AI's is fortunate for Aurelian. He will likely be near the bottom by the time he's able to rejoin. Let's watch the front battle, shall we? Look at Aurelian from P6 now down into P12. That is not ideal for Aurelian. If he can get back in, that would be amazing, but who knows. Right, there we go then. End of lap 3. Blonde is still in the lead. Elite Risk with the fastest lap. And Benson with the fastest lap, actually. So his medium tyres are actually doing alright for now. Now, let's see. Can Pro Speedler, can he make any kind of inroads here into Blonde? We've seen now how fast Blonde is this season already. He is only a reserve driver, but he finds himself quite high up in the standings. There we go. Very, very close nose to tail. Right, here we go then. Battery's about even as well, so they're all using a little bit. Now, this is the time for Pro Speed to pounce. Here we go then. Will he go inside? Will he go outside? Blonde stays in the rated line, forces Pro Speed to take the more dirty inside line. And Pro Speedler does indeed take the lead then. And there is the DRS detection, so Blonde will now likely get the DRS back. There you go then. Pro Speedler keeps the inside line, forces Blonde to go around the outside, but he's got that position back before the corner entry. And now these top 5 will be fighting it out for the rest of the Grand Prix. McDermott's made himself, has raised himself on the back of the grid, finds himself in P6 now, ahead of Medal and Punit. Jake hanging on there in P9. Obviously very good. Got a decent setup. Oh, as I say that, he almost runs into the back of Punit there. That wouldn't have been a very good return to Tier 1 for Jake. He is just ahead of David Vince, who was obviously recovering from that penalty. Fitzy up in P11. This guy doesn't have a setup on, by the way, so don't expect too much of Fitzy. But he's keeping in the gap, so that's good signs for the Williams driver. IC seemingly on a race on his own at the moment, just outside the DRS gap. But here we go then. Oh, a nice, actually a good view for once in Pro Speedler, a not very good view. Oh, look at that. So he's a bit smarter this time. Decides to not overtake. But now, has he left himself enough of a gap to actually be able to catch and overtake? This isn't the longest straight, of course. But he's approaching, he doesn't go for a move this time. Blonde able to keep the lead for now. We are at half distance. Is he going to go for a move here? No, he thinks against it. That would have been a very unorthodox move. But Pro Speedler thinking against this particular occasion. So he's front 5. Looking very well. Benster, of course, once again, third week in a row now. Ogwin hasn't been here. It's just a shame for the championship. But I think Benster can just have a nice little stroll, as long as he doesn't get himself any silly accidents, which, I mean, you saw earlier about his point streak, so it's unlikely Benson will get tangled up, but you never know. Anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. Once again, Pro Speedler opts against making a move, but he's got to stay glued to the back of that Red Bull, otherwise he's not going to be able to catch him. We saw he was 3/10 behind last up, and this time he's got the extra 10th in his pocket, and this time he does indeed. He uses the battery to overtake, and Pro Speedler up into the lead of the sprint race. Now, will he use any battery to try and get out of that 1 second, or will Blonde be able to keep in touch? Looks like these two are very evenly matched when it comes to pace-wise. Yeah, Elite Risk, Ladamala, Benster, all looking for the... Oh, look at that! I was about to say they're all looking for opportunities, and Elite Risk has caught Blonde napping there. We've got a yellow flag as Zach has gone for a spinneroonie at the back of the field there. That's not what you want to do. So really, Elite Risk then on the medium tyres. Well, this the right move? Is he going to make the move, or is he going to wait? No, he's going for the move right now. He goes around the outside, and he's going to take the lead. We're going to have 3 wide, possibly going to turn 1. That is not going to end well from this circuit. But Elite Risk does indeed take the lead. That was almost a car crash, but the guys in Tier 1 are very able to kind of battle. And look at the overspeed. We're going to go 3 wide again into turn 4, and Elite Risk goes from 1st to 3rd. And Blonde back up into the lead of the sprint. And we're not finished yet, folks. Do not take your eyes off this one. Any one of these 5 drivers could be leading when it comes to the end of the sprint. We've got 4 laps remaining, plus this one. And it looks like we're in for a barnstorming finish. Excellent driver standards from all these drivers. Even looking at the back, Ladamala Benson waiting for a pounce. You saw Elite Risk in the previous lap just go for a lunge, and it worked out. Ladamala a bit behind this time. Will that open the door for Benson? It does, you know. I don't think Benson... Ladamala got the best traction, and Benson up into P4 then. Right, what's happening at the front? Blondie's able to take the lead. Right. What? Who's going to be in the lead at the end of the straight here? Looks like Blonde is going to go around the outside of Pro Speedly does. How much will they fight? Oh, they're banging wheels. Very fair racing, and Pro Speed, look at that, closing the door. Oh, and the touch of wings there. That usually doesn't end very well. But this time, the drivers come away unscathed. And this is... you'd think this is a title fight going on here, but all races are quiet at the moment. As Elite Risk thinks about it, doesn't he? He thought about going for that dive that worked on lap 7. You can just hear the tyres working away. Look at Blonde's back by half a second. He will, of course, catch that back up once he actually go through the Cineresas. Riding the curbs, Elite Risk. He knows he can push these tyres more than the soft runners in front. Those little soft tyres are going off as as Blonde retakes the lead once again. Chopping and changing all the time. Oh, and Jake gets a time penalty. That'll, I mean, he's not getting a point anyway because he's outside the top 8. Of course, if you're not familiar with Formula 1, only the top 8 get points in the sprint race, and then top 10 in the actual feature race. Oh, look at that. Elite Risk nudging Pro Sweden around the corner. I think his tyres may have given up the ghost a little bit here because he's fallen off Blonde, and Elite Risk will look to take advantage. But they both got DRS, so Elite Risk won't get any kind of speed advantage, and almost onto the grass as well. You wouldn't want that. This is where Elite Risk has 2 laps to make the difference with those tyres that are going to be in much better nick than the soft runners in front. Someone else on the mediums, weren't they? It was David Vince also on the mediums, but he finds himself down in P8 now. He may lose that point as well to Panit if he's not careful. So just 2 more DRS zones to decide who is going to win this race. Pro Sweden, his battery is drained, so he might not have the best chance here. But there you go, Elite Risk once again diving up the inside into P2. And I'm not sure Pro Sweden, that's the second time he's been caught out like that. And Elite Risk now has free reign to attack Blonde. He won't be able to overtake him into turn 1 here, but he'll use the remaining battery he has to climb up the hill, get as close as he can into the Cineresas, and then make the move into turn 4. Or will he make a move into turn 1 here? No, there you go, look, the slight lift off, and here comes Pro Sweden once again up the inside of Elite Risk. They've got to be careful here, but those 2 battling means that Blonde has come away with the lead, and Elite Risk won't be happy with that, but Ben's up into P2 now. Here, look at that. Oh, and now Ben's running wide. Oh, he's got to be careful. They're all banging wheels. Oh, that's Pro Sweden, they're in the wall. Oh, what a shame for Pro Sweden. He was running so well, and a little bang of wheels with the Alfa Romeo. One for the stewards from you would imagine, but what a shame. An ending for Pro Sweden there. But unless Elite Risk can get a run here, it looks like Blonde is going to take the victory for Red Bull. How close can Elite Risk get? Can he overtake? Blonde does have the superior battery. It's going to be a race to the finish. Will Elite Risk, will he overtake before the line, or is the sprint race? Is it going to go to Blonde? It's going to go to Blonde. P1 indeed. A very good finish in Elite Risk. One more lap. Look at that. As very good finish. Shame for Pro Swedler who gets the final point. And there we go. That is your top 8 sprint. Okay, Gorniak coming across the line in P15. Evening, Ross. Kay Gorniak had a first lap incident, unfortunately, with Zach, so he had to pit on lap 1. There you go, driver there goes to Benzer, probably, well, for the sprint race at least anyway. He, started down, P10, finishes up in the points, and there you go. Confirmation of the sprint race. Blonde takes the victory with Elite Risk in P2. Benzer rounds off the podium with Ladamala 4th place on his debut. Medal takes 5th place, and McDermott 5th, David Vince 7th, and Pro Swedler taking the final point. And others there, you got Punit, Icy, Arulian, who had disconnection issues, Jake down in P12, Fitzy, Zach, and Kay Gorniak. Right then, getting ready for the feature race. Let's quick tune into Tier 1 chat to see when we're off. We are off at 2100, so I shall put the standings up and then be right back. $9 so the race shall be starting any second now. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That was very quick. I didn't even get the red lights. So away we go straight away. Blonde keeps the lead. Elite Risk challenging for that lead up into turn 1. Ferrari and the Benz are all there. Looks like a sensible getaway for most drivers. Pro Sweden's up 2 already from P8. Anyone down the back. It looks like everyone is away safely so far this time. Here we go then. Blonde in the lead. Elite Risk 2. Lardemana up into P3. Here we like that so far. And he's going to make a move on Elite Risk. Elite Risk on those harder tyres. We've got a yellow flag and Vince David has had an incident and he is in the wall. And we've got a VSC which neutralises the race a little bit. Gives me a chance to put this on. Check the tyre strategies. So there you go. Blonde, Elite Risk and Benster all on the hard tyres. Everyone else apart from Zach is on the mediums. So not a big strategy gamble for most drivers, but the one stop will likely be the order of the day. Or we could go for a medium soft or a hard medium soft. Brazil is often quite hard on its tyres, so it was interesting to see how these drivers survive. Not quite green. There you go. So, actually, the game thinks either medium to soft or hard to medium. So, there you go. That is the strategies printed by the game. 2 different strategies. I wonder who will go for what. That is very interesting, I have to admit. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone does. And, of course, Truck Like Brazil don't rule out a full course safety car either. And there we go. Oh, no. I thought we were green flag racing, but it went yellow again. There we go, green flag racing. We are off once again in Brazil. We are on lap 2 of 36, round 12. The championship leader is Benster, 18 points ahead of Ogween, who's not able to race tonight. He is going to be looking to extend that gap as the hard runners. They can be looking to warm up these tyres. Lardemana is the one to look out for in this top 4 here. He's the only one on the mediums. So he should have a little bit of a speed advantage. The only thing, of course, is that the other guys are really fast. And he could find himself stuck in a DRS train. As looks like Elite Risk is going for the lead already. Up into lap 3. And there you go, up into turn 1. Is he going to go? He does go for the lead. As Lardemana getting very close to the rear. Rear tyres are blonde there, and Elite Risk is now in the lead of the Grand Prix. These two look very similarly paced, as does Lardemana. Those top 4 really do look very evenly paced. Hopefully McDermott and Pro Sweden can join in and make a bit of a 6 battle. No one is out of the second gap so far. Jake is finding himself in the top 10 as Aurelian making the moves here. This has gone from P9 to P11. And Jake will be hoping to keep up with the pack, keeping that DRS train. He is the only person outside of the second, other than Zach, who's struggling at the back there. No hints of rain as of yet, according to our weather reports. And Elite Risk not able to get a second, which means Blonde will be able to pull himself back into contention for to the lead up into turn 4 here. They'll snake their way through the center S's. We've got another yellow flag. Who's it this time? Is it Punny? Yes, he's looks like he's having an incident into turn 1. And that is not ideal for the Alpine driver. Elite Risk able to keep the lead then up into turn 4. Everyone very closely behind. Obviously the front 3 are now split. You got 3 on mediums, 3 on hards. So the question is, who's going to blink first? Are we going to get medium softs? Are we going to get medium hards? Are we going to get hard softs, hard mediums? It's going to be exciting to find out. We saw that the softs were good for about 10 laps. So if the hards can go... Oh, hello, look at this. Pro Sweden taking advantage of McDermott's kind of slow acceleration, but almost lifting there, just to say, no, you go ahead, as the fastest lap time is coming down, and Pro Speedler, who looked like he left off a bit, is coming under attack from the middle here, but he comes right back up. So will London Marla make a move here? But no, I think it's going to be Blonde, possibly. Oh, and once again, they're so close to bumper to wing there. But very good driving standards so far from these guys, as always. I wonder if Ladamana will try the Elite Risk move. We saw 2-3 times in the sprint race Elite Risk making a move up into this corner here, up the inside. But Ladamana says no thank you right now. He is very close behind, as is Spencer, looking for any kind of mistake. And there you go, Pro Speedler is past McDermott. McDermott's conceded to medal as well. So McDermott going into P7 at the moment. That's not ideal for the Williams driver, as I thought Medal was going to have a look at Pro Speedler there, but he doesn't. Gilniak has got himself back up into the points then. He was started 15th and last after finishing 15th in the sprint. Oh, dear me, and Ladamana are very close to losing it there. He does very well to not lose it. He's caught that very well there, does Ladamana in the Ferrari. And got these nice camera views, nice little helicopter view as the guys approach the start of Sector 3. And Blonde 8 tenths behind, so it looks like Elite Risk does have kind of marginal pace over Blonde, but it's not enough to extend the lead to a second to kind of get out of that DRS zone. Both drivers slightly using their ERS, sorry. There you go, Kegoniak up into P9 now. He is above Jake. And Kegoniak is now 4 seconds behind the chasing pack. Look at that. We've got 8 drivers currently fighting it out. Now, in 8th place, of course, is Icy. He is Tier 2. However, he did actually win here on his debut in Tier 1. So don't rule out Icy out. It was, of course, wet, dry conditions, that race. But Icy seems to like this track, so don't rule out Icy, even though he is Tier 2. And here we go then. Up the hill for the 8th time. 7th time even, I should say. As we approach the start to lap 8. The DRS train continues to chug along nicely. It'd be nice if Kegoniak could bring the others with him. But it's just him and Jake at the moment, isn't it? Jake will probably be sensible and just hopefully hang on to the back of Kegoniak and hope that he can catch up. But looks like Kegoniak is losing time to IC in front of him. So it'll be a long race for these two. Aurelian at the back of the field as well, having disconnected. Shame for Aurelian. Okay, back at the front. Elite Risk once again not able to extend the gap. If I was Elite Risk, I'd maybe try and use a bit more battery to try and get out of that second. But then again, Blonde may just use the battery to get back in the DRS. There we go. Lap 9 has been started. Oh, looks like Ladamana is close to the back of Blonde here. His medium's still going strongly. He has used a lot of his battery as well, so Ladamana needs to be careful. Otherwise he could find himself out of battery when he needs it. Oh, and look at that, Benster. Ladamana's got, he had a bit of wiggle coming out that DRS zone, didn't he? And now it's going to be a fight to the turn 1, but we're going to potentially get a free ride here as Pro Sweden looks to take advantage. And Ladamana just loses out then to Benster. Pro Sweden not able to capitalise on Ladamana's little wiggle. But now Benster finds himself up into P3, back into the podium places once again. So consistent this year, Benster. Let me just read you off Benster's. So Benster this year has finished second, first, third, first, fourth, second, first, and first. So only once finishing outside the podium. He didn't race in Spain, but every other race has finished in the podium apart from Silverstone, where he finished fourth. So in 11 races, he has only finished fourth or higher. Exceptional consistency. Looking to get his crown back after losing it to Turner last year. Turner, of course, not able to race a lot this year to defend his crown. So Benster will be looking. Green was the main challenger. But, here we go. And the top 3 runners on the hard tyres. Ladamana still using a lot of his battery, so always got to be careful. Look at that. Pro Swedler, who had lost. Oh no, not again! Oh, Pro Swedler. Oh. It's happened again, but this time I don't think he's got any damage. Couldn't see any contact. It just looked like, oh yes, look at that. He's lost his end plate. That is such a shame for Pro Swedler. He was going so well. Once again, the guy has got tremendous pace, but once again finds himself in the wars. And that'll be a new nose, and possibly have a hard to the end. So we've lost one of our... one of the 8, as now the 8 becomes 7. So now there you go, top 3 on all the hard runners, of course. Everyone else on the mediums. As Blonde getting very close to the back of Elite Risk there. That doesn't look like Blonde could get close to Elite Risk. Not like the sprint where Blonde and Pro Sweden were switching. Oh, and Elite Risk has got a time. There you go. He's got a time penalty. He has exceeded track limits 3 times already, and that will be a big blow for the McLaren driver, as Pro Sweden does indeed come out on the hard tyres. So he'll be going to the end now. So this will be important for Pro Swedler. If he's got the pace, even though he would have lost a lot of time, and with the kind of the no-nos and going down the order, he may still be able to undercut if he's got the pace on the guys at the front. But there you go, Ladamana in the pits on lap 13 then. So I'm guessing it'll be hard to the end. Yep, there you go, hard to the end. Where did he come out? I imagine he'll come out last. But ahead of Arun and Pro Swedler. And we'll be able to see how much time Pro Swedler lost So he's about 17 seconds behind. So yeah, that is not good for the Haas driver. Oh, hang on, there you go. Look, time's coming down even more. So 12.8. So about 13 seconds he lost then. So he's got a lot of ground to make up. Does Pro Sweedler. See if he can do it. Ladamala will, of course, have traffic to contend with as well. So it won't all be plain sailing for the Ferrari driver. Here we go then. Up the hill for the 13th time. Elite Risk is your current race leader with Blonde P2. Benser joining on the podium. McDermott has now fallen outside of the DRS detection. So it's him and Icy now. We'll be looking to try and maybe catch up that top four. We've obviously lost Ladamala and Pro Sweedler to pit stops. How much battery does Ladamala use trying to get past Fitzy? Quite a lot, but there you go. Up, back up into P11. Goes Ladamala. Fitzy easily dispensed his medium tyres, obviously not feeling too great. So the next question is, who is going to be the one to blink first from the top three? Medal will be blinking soon on those medium times. However, if he can keep up with these guys, if he can keep his mediums, if he can keep them in good condition and stay in the DRS zone, then we could see Medal come over. Look, is he going to pull into the pits? He doesn't, but he is almost outside that second. His tyres looks like they're just about going off. So I don't think the kind of the medium to soft looks like a viable strategy. Because I don't think those tyres are going to go another 10 laps. Judging by how Medal has just suddenly fallen off the cliff in terms of pace. There you go. Ladamala dispatches Pani, who went into the pits. So now he's got some clean air to push. Make the undercut work. Pro Sweedler takes P12 with Pani in the pits. See, Medal's not too far behind, is he? But he is outside detection. So, imagine McDermott, who was also on the mediums. Will they pit? No, they're still not pitting. They obviously have confidence of keeping the gap down as low as possible. But, of course, they will be on the hard tyres when they pit, whereas the other guys will be on the mediums. You know, and Elite Risk got valuable data from the sprint race to see how far his mediums would go. But you imagine at some point Blonde or Benson will pit to try and get the undercut on the others. Right now they are being caught by Ladamala. Okay then, lap 16 is done. On to lap 17. Almost halfway in this race, which has pretty much been a bit of a DRS train from start to finish. The medium runners still out there. What's Ladamala doing lap time wise? We'll keep an eye on it. So Ladamala did a 1:11.3. So 11.3. We'll see what lap time Elite Risk and Blonde do. As Medal is the next driver to get the track extension penalty. 3 seconds added to his time at the end. Lardemana now has caught the back of Jake and Zach, so this will probably be where his lap time does suffer. So, Lardemana did 11.3 previous lap. What does he do this lap? Nothing, because he pits. And Blonde stays out, and Blonde does a 12.2. So, a second quicker is Lardemana. But, I say but, he's past Jake, isn't he? Easy as you like for Lardemana. Jake dives into the pits as well, so Lardemana won't come under threat from the McLaren driver. Now, where does Lardemana, does he overtake Elite Risk? He does, you know. The undercut has worked for the Ferrari driver. It's worked a treat. As now Elite Risk will come out in the medium tyres, but we've seen they don't last 18 laps. We've seen that Meadows' pace completely drop off these last few laps. But if these guys pit now, they may just be able to get an overcut. But Elite Risk does have a clear track to push. Will any of these two blink? Obviously, Elite Risk onto the mediums. Will any of these guys go onto the softs? And Benster pulls in now. He's had enough of these hard tyres. So Blonde continuing on. Is Blonde going for the hard soft strategy maybe? As Medal and McDermott once again staying out. So our top three now consist of Blonde, Medal and McDermott. Let's see where Benster comes out. He's being held up. No, he's not. It's the game glitching. Elite Risk is out ahead of Benster. Look at that. He's 2 seconds behind Lardemana as well. Can't even see where Benster is. There you go. There's Benster coming out the pits now. So Elite Risk does have a little bit of a gap. And Lardemana up into P5 then. Making use of those hard tyres. He's absolutely flying at the moment, Lardemana. But he is only about 2 seconds ahead of Elite Risk, who's on the faster tyres. So, he's got to make use. There you go, let Elite Risk onto the back of these two already. Okay, Gorniak struggling on those 19 lap old medium tyres. And McDermott, there you go, let a pass for P2. McDermott is up into P2. Elite Risk has gotten past Zach. His next battle will be between Lardemana, who has just got past Gorniak. And look at that, Elite Risk, just like that, has he's in the second, and Gorniak didn't get a great exit there, so Elite Risk, I imagine, will just breeze by, and there you go, just like that, Elite Risk up into P5, right behind the Ferrari now, Lardemana. Benser is a further 2 seconds back on his medium tyres, so he needs to show what he can do. Need some clean air. He'll likely catch Gorniak before the end of the lap, due to the pace difference between the fresh and the older tyres. What about Blonde? Does Blonde come in though? And we've seen the Blonde would have got a feel for those softs in the sprint and know how long they can go. And there you go, he's in the pits. Oh no! Oh, and Blonde, he's gone too fast into the pit lane. So that will be 5 seconds added on. The mediums go on Blonde. And McDermott and Meadows still staying out as Elite does a 1:10.2 to set the fastest lap of the race. And Elite Risk is past Lardemana and up into the net lead of this Grand Prix. He's only 9 seconds behind the pair of Medal and McDermott, so you can see kind of the pace difference between those two. And if Lardemana can keep up with Elite Risk, then that'll be... Yeah, look how far Blonde has come back. He's 3 seconds behind Gorniak. He's 4 seconds behind Benster. He's quite the way off. Hang on. So Yeah, so he is, what, 5-6 seconds behind Ladamana. So, maybe a bit too much staying out for Blonde. He's got that 5-second penalty hanging over him now. Medal's got a penalty. Oh, these guys are going to go for the soft. There you go. They both go into the pit at the same time. Oh, and oh no. Oh. And I think, well, and there you go. Benson's got some pace. So Cagione has, look, we've got a lot of drivers here. Kind of not being able to slow down in time. I think it was McDermott who hit Medal, so that 5 seconds may well indeed come off. But Elite Risk now is up into the lead. He is being chased down by Benster. We saw Benster, he's overtaken Ladamala and he took the fastest lap, so we've seen that Benster has the pace. Benster once again can just chill where he is now. He has got, doesn't have to worry about Elite Risk because he's got that 3-second penalty hanging over his head. And Blonde is another 4 seconds, well, he's 5 seconds down the road from Benster. And he's got that 5 seconds as well. So Benster, once again, looking like he is going to come out victorious here. Elite Risk needs to show he's got the pace to win this race. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. 14 laps remaining then. Almost 2/3 through. Is that McDermott in the pit again? What's happened there? Oh, did he get a broken wing? Did he? Is he gonna change his wing? He is. So he got some obviously wing damage when he. Oh, and Pro Speedler. Oh no, he's in the wall. Oh, what a shame for Pro Speedler to end his race this week. Oh, no safety car, just another VSC then. So McDermott won't lose, even though he'll be down pretty much in last near his teammate. He won't lose as much time as he would have had there been no VSC. And now the drivers can charge their ARS back. Oh no, we've got a full safety car then. Right, folks. The cat has been put amongst the pigeons. Are we going to see any kind of... Is anyone going to come into the pits for a soft... There you go, Elite Risk into the pits. Benster into the pits. Ladamala into the pits. Blonde into the pits. So there you go then. A timely safety car for these guys. All coming in for the soft tyres. As does Icy. Meadow did already pit, but I imagine he will pit again. And a lot of these guys are Blonde now. Will be able to get that 5 seconds removed. He's lost out to Ice. No, he's going to be alright actually, isn't he, Blonde? He's not going to lose that much. Punny has stayed out on the hard tyres. I'm not too sure what the thinking is there, but he is currently in P4. He's got track position. Everyone is on fresh softs. Right, so there you go. Your top three now consists of Elite Risk, Benster, and Ladamana. Blonde is P5. You imagine it won't take him long to get past Punit, but his 5 seconds has been served. So even Meadow, his 5 seconds were even set. McDermott, who of course was almost in the mud, now finds himself in P7. He is one of the luckiest guys right now, you'd have to say. As a safety car will be out for 3 laps. And then, folks, for you watching, who is your favourite for the race victory? Okay, there you go. Sorry. Attention elsewhere. Safety car is in an elite risk. Has put the foot down and he is away. Look at that. He's now let's keep an eye on Punny. How quickly will he tumble down the order? If at all. Look at that. Is that McDermott in the background going for a move and icy? It is. But those two find it out. But we'll stay on board now with Blonde. What do you make a move into turn 4? He does. Easy as you like. Those hard tyres will not be very friendly at this stage. They'll be, well, they're worn and they're cold. As McDermott will be the next person to try and overtake the Alpine driver on those better soft tyres. There you go. Candy from a baby type scenario. As now it's going to be Icy lining up a move. There you go, around the outside. Nice, easy move there as Punny just continues to tumble down the order. And Zach in the points. He's proof that you don't quit. Out of the points for a long time. There you go, around the outside before we even get onto the main straight. And oh, look at that, Punny kind of lifting off and letting the medal go through as well. And Punny really struggling now. Oh, and he's outbraked himself and gone straight on at turn 1. And that is Punny's defence well and truly over. And he's been getting himself a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Now then, at the front, Elite Risk knows he's got to try to somehow build a lead to get 3 seconds over Benster. But Benster, since being unleashed, has looked super fast tonight. He's also got Blonde behind him as well, who now has served that 5 seconds. A safety car, very timely for Blonde. And now the top 4 is kind of as you were, slightly different positions. But Elite Risk, Benster, Blonde, Ladamala all there. McDermott staying just about within that 1 second. Icy struggling to keep up a little bit. He has got Zach for company. And then look at that, Jake into the points now in the top 10. I'm sure he would have been expecting that. Of course you back Blonde. Ross, he's Red Bull. But to never rule Blonde out, he's shown he's got a good pace here tonight. But look at Benster. He has definitely got the pace, I think. And again, Blonde as well. So let's just compare that time. What was it? So it was about 2 temps Blonde had. So he should be able to easily catch up to these two. He is currently outside that 1 second. As Zach now finds himself up into P6 then. Great recovery drive from the AlphaTauri driver. And for whatever reason there, look, Blonde unable to get within the second. He is, of course, within the 3 seconds to take P2 off Elite Risk. And if Ladamala can keep up with Blonde here, then Elite Risk is going to be in trouble. And as I say that, Ladamala's made a mistake. Oh, the curse of the commentator. My apologies, Ladamala. As Benson then goes into the lead. Into turn 1. How hard will Elite Risk fight to get the lead back? That is the next question. He needs to pull away. He needs something. He needs to find something. Got another yellow flag. Who is it this time? Is that Icy's gone down? Well, what's happened here? Is Jake fallen down? Oh, there's a freeway battle here. Oh! Oh, it's all going off here for 8th place. Kagorniak, Jake and Fizzy all vying for the same piece of track here. Jake round the outside of Fizzy. These two battling it out for the Tier 2 championship, and they're now battling out on track in Tier 1 as well. Looks like Kagorniak has won this little mini battle, but the war is not over for Fitzy and Jake. They will want to finish higher for a bit of pride. As Kagorniak looking to race away and join maybe Medal and Zach, but look at this. McDermott now 2.5 seconds off. Blonde is definitely falling back a bit more, isn't he? We've got 7 laps to go. These soft tyres, it's going to be hard for these soft tyres to keep on, but they're all going to be feeling the same pain here. As Benson will now get DRS, and oh, he says no, he doesn't want to take it for now. He just happy to sit behind the McLaren, make him sweat. But right now, Elite Race podium place is safe, as Ladamala will need to catch back up. He's currently 2.5 seconds off the battle for the podiums. But we've seen he's got the pace tonight to live with those guys. Been a very solid debut so far from Ladamala. Any more battles on the track? There you go. Jake and Fitzy still battling out on track. Fitzy has there been a little bang of wheels because Fitzy has fallen off Jake. Fitzy's tyres do have that extra 1 lap of wear on them, but Fitzy is about to come under attack from Icy. As Zach, oh, another one, has he had an incident here? Because he's been attacked by McDermott. Oh, dear me. Oh. And almost coming together there. The battle for 4th is absolutely hotting up. Zach is currently in P4 now. What a move from Zach. He has come under attack from Ladamala, and they're going to turn 4 side by side. Echoes of Verstappen and Hamilton here. But no unfair driving as Ladamala almost off track there, trying to get past Zach. And the AlphaTauri driver holds on to 4th as it stands. Great racing from these guys. Zach, Ladamala, McDermott, Medal all showing what they can do. Zach, once again, I said that a bit earlier. Look at that. This is why you don't quit, guys. The guy was last pretty much at the start. Now finds himself in P4. And if he can find some pace and maybe catch, pull the lead in the bit, he may find himself on the podium. But he is currently, well, 3 seconds off a podium place, as Benson and Elite Race once again swap places. I imagine that'll be going on. We've got 5 laps remaining then. We are currently on lap 32. We'll stay with about for 4th here. But it looks like Zach is, looks like he's got Ladamala's number for now. This will be an interesting battle till the end. Blonde still unable to catch the top 2 here, but the gap is staying consistent at like 1.5 seconds, so he will take P2 right now as it stands. Looks like Ladamala, looks like his softs are going off a little bit here because he is struggling to keep up with Zach. He is just about still in that 1 second as well. So he will get DRS. He could pull himself closer. Yeah, Benson and Elite Race once again, swapping positions. The DRS is worth quite a lot here, as you can see. And Blonde's lost half a second there. So being in the not being in that DRS train is starting to hurt him. Ladamana not able to do anything about Zach. He's lost a lot of battery. Zach has deployed a lot of his battery as well, as has Medal and McDermott. He's got a little bit in spare, but he knows that Medal is under pressure to try and get the position ahead, to try and kind of negate that 3-second penalty. As Icy and Jake swap his positions. Icy looking to take P9 off Jake. As McLaren and Aston Martin travel battle it out for the P9 and P10. As once again at the start, at the leader Grand Prix once again changes hands. Well, here we go. Medal on Ladamana here. I think it looks like Medal may have a bit more pace, but Ladamana, because he's in the DRS of Zach, he's able to pick up. And look at this then. Medal with a bit of overspeed up the inside of turn 4. They're bagging wheels once again. They're bagging wheels. They're bagging wheels. They're tough racing, but there you go. It looks like Ladamana wins out for now. One of these guys just needs to charge their battery and get the move done. But, as Medal gets all out of shape there, doesn't he? But Zach has now dropped them. That battling has allowed Zach to open the gap up to over a second. So he DRS won't be a problem for Zach. He can now stretch his legs a little bit, as now the focus will become the battle of P5. But while we're here, let's just watch Spencer take the lead. There you go. Back with the P1. So 2 laps remaining then. We have started lap 35 of 36. It's gone very quick once again. As Elite Risk will now retake the lead. There you go. Right, so we've got a yellow flag. Who is it? Honey? Jake? No. Oh, I think it's Ladamana. I think he's had an incident because he's dropped down to P8 here. As Jake and I see once again going toe to toe, but Jake does have that 3-second penalty hanging over his head, so he's dropped Fitzy, so he's still got that point for now. But, it looks like after that incident, they've all kind of spread out a bit now. Zach's got a 1.3 gap to Medal. Medal's got 1.3 to McDermott. Okay, going out 3.7 off for Ladamana, who down in P8. So I guess now it's the battle for the win. Benster has the lead going into the final race, the final lap of the Grand Prix. Will Elite Risk, will he try and overtake him, or will he just let Benster take it? He knows that the 3-second penalty hanging over his head isn't going to, he's not going to be able to do anything about it this lap. So for the final time then we will watch Spencer. He's didn't have a great start. He was down there. I mean, obviously he recovered from a terrible qualifying. Got himself back up in the top 5. And now finds himself in the lead on the last lap of the Grand Prix. Mr. Consistent now finds himself coming around the final corners. This will be his 6th win of the season, Benster. And another 25 points to the tally. There you go then. Benster crosses the line. And P1 it is. A very good drive for the Alfa Romeo driver. As the others will now filter in. Elite Risk does keep his podium. Zach P4, McDermott does P5. Very decent indeed. Punt or what could have been there with Fitzy MP12. And obviously with Aurelian's and driver day, the game's given to Zach, and I have to say I agree. The guy came back from pretty much last to Gets over the P4. A very good drive there from the AlphaTauri driver. I'm sure his team principal, Lenny, will be absolutely thrilled with that. Right, here we go then. Here is your race order. So Benetton takes the victory with Blonde in P2. Elite Risk rounds out the podium with his 3-second penalty. Zach finishes P4, a great drive after starting P14. McDermott does indeed take P5 off Medal, who had that penalty over him. Kate Goniak was P7. Ladamala, a good driver in his debut, unfortunate to only finish 8th. Icy is P9, and Jake rounds off the top 10. And then after the top 10, we've got Fitzy, Punit, Aurelian, who got disconnected, and then the DNFers of Pro Swedler and David Vince. Right then, folks, that will likely be a wrap. It's been an eventful evening, to say the least, chopping and changing the lead all the time. Yeah, so I guess it's time to end the stream. If you've made it this far, you are a goddamn hero. Thank you very much for your support. If you've enjoyed tonight, please rejoin me tomorrow as it's time for Tier 2. As Fitzy and Jake will resume their battle for the title. If you can't make tomorrow, then we're back again on Thursday for Tier 3. And then if you can't make Tier 3, then we are back next week for round 13, where we head to Jeddah. Very, very decent circuit. So then, folks, that will be it. Once again, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Bye-bye for now. This is the battle of the late breakers, and Elite Risk gets it.
Late break, Muddy Warriors not going to give us up without a good fight.
Oh dear me. Oh, and look at that! Hey, Goniak and Charlie going at it, man. Go on! Outside the last corner, who's going to get the better traction? Race on the better line. It's going to be a drag race on the finishing line.